Hello student, I am your social science teacher Nirmala Agrawal. Now we will study the next topic, the romantic imagination and national feeling. The romantic imagination and national feeling. Here we can see the picture. This is the picture of artwork. Art means painting it is, and when we are talking about the romantic imagination, we will throw a light on this by this culture. Now, romantic imagination include culture, art, poem, folk songs, stories, dances, etc. These were the measures to inculcate the feeling of nationalism in people, and that is known as the romanticism. The development of nationalism did not come about only through wars and territorial expansions. Culture played an important role in creating the idea of the nation. Culture means the way we live, the customs we follow. Art and poetry, stories and music helped express and shape nationalist feelings. Romanticism, a culture movement, sought to develop a particular form of nationalist sentiments. Romantic artists and poets generally criticized the glorification of reason and science and focused instead on emotions, institution, and mystical feelings. It means these artists and poets, though were criticizing, but what were they criticizing? They were criticizing the reason and science, because science is the subject of logic, but instead they focus on the emotions of the institutions and people. Their effort was to create a sense of a shared collective heritage, a common cultural past as the basis of a nation. Now, what is our heritage? Our history. And how do we know history? Through the books and the monuments, etc. Now, monuments are also artistic features because they are archaeological monuments. Now, art, this is the art, and this include in the romanticism. This is the picture of a gallery where the paintings are shown, displayed. Now, music and dance. Other romantics, such as the German philosopher John Gottfried Herder, claimed that true German culture was to be discovered among the common people. It was through folk song, folk poetry, and folk dances that the true spirit of the nation was popularized. Folk matlab folk song matlab lok geet, lok dance. They belong to the particular region, and they are the true picture of the culture of that region. Here is the picture of a dance and instruments of that time. So, collecting and recording these forms of folk culture was essential to the project of nation building. Language. Language too played an important role in developing nationalist sentiments. The emphasis on vernacular language means Kshetriya Bhasha, like we say Malvi, Nimadi, and it means the language of that particular region. And the collection of local folklore was not just to recover an ancient national spirit, but also to carry the modern nationalist message to large audiences who were mostly illiterate. Now, literate people can read the text, or the literature, but illiterate people know their culture by the symbols or by the stories, by the songs, by the music. This was especially so in the case of Poland, which had been partitioned at the end of the 18th century by the great powers Russia, Prussia, and Austria. Means all these three powers have partitioned Poland, and it was under the rule of Russia, mainly Russia. Even though Poland no longer existed as an independent territory, national feelings were kept alive through music and languages. It means though it was under other country, but they had kept alive their national feelings through music and languages. Karel Kopensky celebrated the national struggles through his operas and music. Operas means dramas and all, turning folk dances like the Polonaise and Mazurka into nationalist symbols. Here, one picture. It is just showing the stage of. After Russian occupation, the Polish language was forced out of schools, and the Russian language was imposed everywhere. Means when Russia got hold of Poland, they made it compulsory Russian languages in the school. In 1831, an armed rebellion against Russian rule took place, which was ultimately crushed. Means Polish people rebelled against Russia. Following this, many members of the clergy in Poland began to use language as a weapon of national resistance. They have removed the Polish language from the schools, but people carry on their revolution. They stick to their language and made it a weapon of national resistance. Now here is the rebellion. Polish was used for church gatherings and all religious instructions. Whenever there were church gatherings or any religious gatherings, they used Polish. As a result, a large number of priests and bishops were put in jail or sent to Siberia by the Russian authorities as punishment for their refusal to preach in Russian. They refused to preach in Russia, rather they were preaching in Polish language, so they were sent to jail. The use of Polish came to be seen as a symbol of the struggle against Russian dominance. Now, these are the paintings of that time which show the artistic side of that time. And there is one more painting here. This is by the French painter Delacroix, and the massacre at Chaux. The French painter Delacroix was one of the most important French romantic painters. This huge painting depicts an incident in which 20,000 Greeks were said to have been killed by Turks on the island of Chios. By dramatizing the incident, focusing on the suffering of women and children, and using vivid colors, it means what he has done, he had shown the suffering of women and children using vivid colors. Delacroix sought to appeal to the emotions of the spectators and create sympathy for the Greeks. We can see this again. Thanks. Have a nice day.